Alright, all you crowd-controlling video game police officers out there, welcome back to the Indy Radio Arcade. And if my memory serves me correct, to bring it back to the movie The One, I'm pretty sure Delroy was a police officer in just about every single movie he was in. Pretty sure, I could be wrong with that. I might have to look that up later. But before we do that, folks, I think it's time for us to go ahead into a very special Police Control edition of the Instant Classic video game review, and the game we have up on the plate is none other than Urban Chaos Riot Response. And a game that we previously thought we reviewed several months back, but after looking through the Music Village archives and the records, we never really reviewed this game. Wow, I really thought we did review this game before, but we didn't. And thank goodness, because the meat and potatoes of this said game is the fact that you play a police officer named Nick Mason, who would become a part of a new urban chaos control unit known as T-Zero, and would be able to try to take on the riots in an unnamed city to try to bring order and justice back to the city that you live in, which a lot of people say is New York. I said it was Detroit, and another person said it was Chicago, so we might as well just say it's somewhere in between there and just say it's Philadelphia. Yeah, Philadelphia. But besides this game's location, folks, what did I love about this game? Well, for starters, the fact that it had a demo for this game, a part of another game known as Hitman Blood Money. Yeah, if you were able to play that game since it was made by Eidos and Rocksteady, you could play it on that game. One thing that I loved about this game, that's minor. Now, the major things that I loved about this game is not only the fact that it gives you a chance to use not only firefighters, but medical officers to help you out throughout the levels. It's another thing that I liked about the game, and before I forget, you can also get other police officers to help you out on the field, just in case you need a little bit of backup to get closer to your opponent to arrest them or try to take them out. You can do that. And speaking of taking people out, folks, another thing that I loved about this game is the fact that it gave you a taser to take people out. And yes, Maestro, I said taser. And one of the coolest things about the taser in this game, folks, is that not only you can use it to neutralize your opponent, but you can also go as far as to actually cook them alive with the taser itself, which is insane. Another thing that I loved about this game, besides the neutralizing weapons that you can get in this game, is the actual weapons you can get in this game, besides the pistol, shotgun, assault rifle, sawed-off shotgun, magnum, grenade launcher, smoke grenades, riot grenades, cleavers, Molotov cocktails, and even a nail bomb that you can use during this game. And yeah, for all this stuff for a cop to use out on the field, I got a feeling he looted the freaking Punisher's closet before he went out in the open field. That's what I'm thinking. You know, just my opinion. Another thing that I loved about this game is the fact that they give you a shield to protect yourself and to also take out enemies during this game as well. You know, something I almost forgot, but yeah, definitely another thing that I'd say that this game has that I love. And the last but not least thing that I loved about this game, besides the different amount of enemies you get a chance to take on, is the hostage situations that you have to do in this game to take out different opponents. And the fact that after you take out the people who are holding up the hostages, there's always this, I guess, Mortal Kombat die-hard kill scene that you get a chance to go through to take out your opponents. And a prime example of that is not only somebody getting electrocuted, an explosion, I think somebody getting hit by a train or even a car during this said game too. Yeah, which is absolutely ridiculous. And oh, before we go into what we didn't like about the game, last thing that I liked about this game, besides what we just said, is the fact that you have to earn your upgrades by taking out different people and getting arrests to earn medals to actually upgrade all of your weapons in the game, which definitely keeps the replay value of it alive. Yeah. And with everything that we liked about this game, including the different game modes that you get a chance to do, what didn't I like about this game? Well, for starters, the fact that this game is not available on the PlayStation Network and you have to actually go out and get a physical copy of this disc for you to play for last gen, and it's not available for the next gen consoles. Really wish people could get their hands on this so they can see what they're missing out on. Another thing that I wasn't a fan of about this game, besides the limited amount of health items you get a chance to use, which is only 3 per level, but the fact that they don't have a bulletproof vest that you can use in this game as a little bit of backup just in case you're not quick enough to use the shield. And besides those two things, folks, that I didn't like about the game, what do I think they could do to improve upon it? Well, besides making a sequel to this game, and hopefully they can in the near future, but also a chance for the original version of this game to be available on the PlayStation Network for every single person out there who wants to get their hands on this rare gem of a game. Because trust me, folks, once you play it at least once, you'll be hooked to it. Especially for those who like those arcade shooters out there, trust me, this is something you definitely want to get your hands on. And seeing the fact that we don't know how to review games along the lines of gold stars, coins, letters, or bricks, we review games in only 2 ways, folks. Will there be a video game story in the near future for this very game? And do we recommend this game for you, the video gamer, or makeshift cop in training at home? And to answer the first question, why yes, there will be another video game story for this game, most likely by the 29 Days of Greatness or during the month of madness for this year. And I got a feeling it's gonna have to do with the last level of this game and how insane it was, and the fact that I made it out alive scot-free. I don't know how I was able to pull it off, but I did it. And besides that, folks, do we recommend this game for you, the gaming fan or policeman in training at home? Well, if you want to play a game that reminds you of one of those arcade shooters in the comfort of your own home, where you not only get a chance to be a firefighter, a medic, a hostage saver, and even a chance to take out a couple of bad guys wearing masks that reminds me of something from Straight Outta Manhunt, with an arsenal just the same to boot, then I recommend you go out there and cop that disc. And trust me when I say this, folks, you will not regret it. And I guess with that said, we might as well head back into the music, and when we return, we'll be back with more of the Indy Radio Arcade, right after a word from our sponsors. So don't run out of continues just yet, folks, and stay tuned.